So let's start with President Moon Jae-in's trip to Europe. He was in Paris on Monday for a summit with his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron. The South Korean leader urged France and other world powers to start lifting sanctions on North Korea in a bid to encourage the regime to stay committed to denuclearization. Now, Shin Se-min reports from Paris.
Meeting his French counterpart for the second time since taking office, President Moon Jae-in pressed the need to loosen international sanctions on North Korea when and if the regime takes practical steps towards giving up its nuclear program. At their summit in Paris on Monday, President Moon called on European countries like France to play a role in encouraging the regime to continue on the path to peace.
북한이 핵을 내려놓으면 내려놓을수록 또 다른 한편으로는 북한이 핵에 의존하지 않고도 북한의 안정을 보장받을 수 있다라는 신뢰를 줄 필요가 있다고 생각합니다. 북한의 그 비핵화 조치가 마지막 올바른 선택을 한 것이라는 믿음을 국제사회가 주어가면서 북한이 빠르게 비핵화를 할 수 있도록 이끌어내야 한다고 생각합니다.
French President Emmanuel Macron said international sanctions should remain in place until the regime has fully and finally abandoned its nuclear program. However, the French leader said his country was willing to provide a helping hand if the North backs up its words with action.
As a nuclear state ourselves, France is ready to contribute on a technical level to help the denuclearization process. We have a range of expertise in the nuclear field which, in terms of denuclearization, would be useful, and we can offer that if needed.
Besides North Korea-related diplomacy, the two leaders discussed a range of other issues. They agreed to expand bilateral trade and investment between South Korea and France. And they committed to joint efforts on fostering new growth engines in the fourth industrial revolution through cooperation in the fields of science, technology, startups, and SMEs. They also decided to hold their next summit in Seoul after President Moon extended an invitation to Macron. A comprehensive upgrade from existing relations in security, economy, and culture, and even sports. Behind it all is the building of an unbreakable coalition with France, one of the most power-wielding nations of the European Union, to complete President Moon's journey to peace on the divided peninsula. Shin Se-min, Arirang News, Paris.